December 19th, 1944, 0630 hours, the snow-covered road outside Bastogne, Belgium. Dawn light filters through the pines like a thin grey veil. A column of 158 German soldiers from the 5th Panzer Army marches forward in tight formation. They carry MP-40 submachine guns, MG-42 machine guns slung over shoulders, and a few Panzerfausts for close work. Tanks rumble behind them. But this is the infantry spearhead. Confident, unstoppable. They've punched through American lines in the Ardennes offensive, the Battle of the Bulge. Casualties so far, light. Morale high. Orders are clear. Seize the crossroads ahead, cut off the 101st Airborne trapped in Bastogne. But up ahead, in a shallow ditch lined with frozen foxholes, 7 American paratroopers from Easy Company, 506th PAR Infantry Regiment, watch them come. No tanks, no artillery support, just rifles, a couple of bars, and a single .30 caliber machine gun scavenged from a wrecked jeep. They've been cut off for days, low on ammo, frostbite setting in. The Germans outnumber them 22-1. Distance, 400 yards, and closing. The lead scout waves his hand. No enemy fire yet. The column quickens pace. They expect a rout, a surrender. What they don't expect is the crack of a single shot that shatters the morning silence. That shot comes from Sergeant Carwood Lipton, a 29-year-old farm boy from Huntington, West Virginia. He's hunkered down behind a splintered log, his M1 Garand steady against his shoulder. Lipton's not a killer by nature. Back home, he fixed tractors and raised cattle. Enlisted in 1942 because the draft notice came, and he figured it was his duty. Basic training at Camp Toccoa, Georgia. Endless hikes up Currahee Mountain, 3 miles up, 3 miles down. He made corporal quick, then sergeant. Not for glory, for keeping his men straight. Lipton's unit dropped into Normandy on D-Day, June 6, 1944. Chaos from the start. Gliders smashed into hedgerows, men scattered. He rounded up stragglers, led them to Utah Beach under fire. By July, they were in the breakout from St. Lo. Lipton carried a wounded private 3 miles through mortar barrages, dodging snipers in the bocage. No medals yet, just a nod from Captain Winters, that's how he is, steady. The guy who checks ammo, counts at night, shares his rations without a word. Now, in the Ardennes, it's different. The German counter-offensive hit like a storm on December 16th. Fog and snow blinded everything. Lipton's platoon got separated during the retreat to Bastogne. They dug in at this godforsaken crossroads, Foxholes Company, as the men joke. No resupply. Rations down to K rations and melted snow. Lipton's seen death before. In Holland, Operation Market Garden, September 1944. They held a bridge for days against SS Panzers. He called in coordinates for P-47 Thunderbolts, watched the bombs walk right up to their lines, lost 2 men to friendly fire, buried them himself at dawn. That night in Holland, under a full moon, Lipton made a call that saved the position. Germans probing with a patrol of 20. He spotted them first, silhouettes against the dikes, whispered orders. Hold fire until 50 yards. The burst from the bar cut them down. No retreat. But Lipton didn't sleep after. He sat with Private Malarkey, the kid from Portland, and talked about home. Baseball. Anything to keep the fear at bay. Back to this morning. The German column halts at 300 yards. An officer barks orders in guttural tones. They fan out slightly, expecting resistance from a pinned-down squad. Lipton's men are ghosts in the white landscape. Faces blackened with mud, breath fogging the air. Private Gordon, the youngest at 19, grips his rifle so tight his knuckles whiten. Lipton puts a hand on his shoulder. Breathe easy, kid. We wait for my signal. The Germans advance again. Boots crunch on the icy crust. 250 yards. Lipton peers through his scope. He picks the lead NCO, Sergeant Stripes. Pistol at his belt, finger on the trigger, steady squeeze. The shot echoes like a thunderclap. The NCO drops, clutching his neck. Blood sprays dark against the snow. Pandemonium. The column scatters, diving for cover behind trees and the road embankment. Shouts in German, "Find contact! Vorwärts!" Machine guns chatter back, bullets whipping through the pines. Splintering bark inches from Lipton's head. He rolls left, yells, "Open up! Give 'em hell!" The 30 cal roars to life, manned by Corporal Christensen. Tracer rounds stitch the air, catching 2 Germans in the open. They crumple, screaming. The bars join in, short bursts controlled. Lipton fires methodically, each shot deliberate. Drop one at the flank, another scrambling for a rock. The air fills with cordite and the metallic tang of blood. But the Germans recover fast. An MG-42 opens up, Hitler's buzzsaw, 200 rounds a minute. It rakes the ditch, forcing the Americans flat. Dirt erupts around them. Private Webster takes a graze on the arm, curses under his breath. Lipton shouts positions, directing fire. "Shift left! Pin the gunner!" 150 yards now. The enemy closes, despite the losses. 6 down, maybe 7. They return fire heavier, grenades arcing through the air. One explodes 20 feet away, shrapnel pinging off helmets. Lipton feels the heat, the pressure wave. His ears ring, but he doesn't flinch. He's been here before. Carentan, June 1944. House-to-house fighting. He cleared a basement full of SS, bayonet ready, when the ammo ran dry. Stabbed one through the throat, felt the gurgle. Walked away shaking, but walked. The Germans push harder. A squad flanks right, using the tree line. Lipton spots them, 10 men, low and fast. He signals Private Ranney. "Your side! Now!" Ranney's bar barks, mowing 3. The rest dive, but not before Lipton nails the point man. Tense minutes pass. Snow falls thicker, muting the world. The column's confidence cracks, their pinned, taking hits they didn't see coming. Lipton's mind races, ammo low, maybe 20 rounds left in his clip. But he sees it. The hesitation, the officer yelling, waving them forward, but fewer follow. Then a low rumble, not thunder. Engines from the rear. The American line holds for now, but the real fight is just starting. Lipton wipes sweat from his brow. Reloads. He knows what's coming. More Germans. Reinforcements. The crossroads is the key. Lose it, and Bastogne falls wider open. In war, it's not the numbers that decide. It's the man who fires first and holds. The rumble grows louder, not from the German rear. It's American half-tracks breaking through the fog from the south, but they're minutes out. Lipton knows it. He can hear the distant crackle of their 50 cals engaging stragglers. His 7 men hold the ditch like a thin red line. Bullets snap overhead. The snow churns into mud under the barrage. Lipton ducks as another MG-42 burst rips the air. Chips of wood fly from the log he's using for cover. He glances right, Private Gordon's firing steady, his M1 barking at shadows in the trees. Left, Corporal Christensen feeds belts into the 30 cal, sweat freezing on his face. They've dropped 8 Germans now. Bodies litter the road, dark stains spreading on the white. But the column reforms. That officer, tall with a scoped Kar-98, waves his arm. More men surge forward, 140 strong. They use the embankment, crawling low. "Keep 'em suppressed," Lipton calls. His voice cuts through the din. Calm but firm, no panic. He's led under worse. Back in Normandy, after D-Day, the 101st pushed inland. Lipton's squad hit a German strongpoint near Carentan. Farmhouses turned bunkers, SS holding out with mortars. They were pinned for hours, ammo running dry. Lipton spotted a gap, a drainage ditch flooded with rainwater. He crawled it alone, 200 yards, mud sucking at his boots. Emerged behind the lines, tossed grenades into the MG nest. 3 dead inside. His men flanked then, took the position. Captain Winters promoted him on the spot. "Lipton, you think like the enemy," he said. Lipton just nodded. It wasn't thinking, it was surviving. Now, same instinct. The Germans probe the left flank again. Lipton sees the glint of a Panzerfaust tube, anti-tank weapon, but close enough for infantry. If they get within 50 yards, it's over. He shifts position, belly crawling to a better angle. Fires twice, misses the first, wind or frost on the sights. Second hits. The man with the launcher jerks back, tube clattering into the snow. His buddies drag him down. The air stinks of gunpowder and pine sap. Ears throb from the blasts. Private Webster binds his arm with a strip from his shirt. Blood soaks through. "I'm good, Sarge," he mutters. Lipton doesn't waste words. Cover the road. He knows Webster's tough. Kid from Oregon, joined up after Pearl Harbor, lost his brother at Guadalcanal, doesn't complain. 100 yards. The Germans close in waves. They learn quick, bounding forward in teams of 5, uncovering while others move. Lipton's group pours fire. The bar chatters, dropping 2 more, but ammo's the killer. Christensen's machine gun jams on a frozen round. He clears it with numb fingers, cursing. A bullet creases his helmet, dents it. He doesn't flinch. Lipton's mind flashes to Holland again, that bridge at Eindhoven, September 17th, 1944. Paratroopers dropped in broad daylight. Met by flak, Lipton landed hard, ankle twisted, still linked up with remnants of Easy Company. Germans counterattacked at dusk, half-tracks with 20mm cannons. Shells tore the road apart. Lipton organized a roadblock from wrecked gliders. Barbed wire, 30 cals scavenged. When the lead vehicle hit, he was first to the breach. Climbed aboard under fire, yanked the driver out. Grenade in the engine. Boom. Chain reaction. 3 vehicles burning. Saved the bridge that night. Medics patched his ankle later. He walked it off by morning. That grit carries him now. The officer spots Lipton's position, fires a burst from his pistol. Rounds thud into the dirt. Lipton rolls, comes up firing, hits the man in the chest. He falls, clutching his tunic. The column wavers. Shouts rise. Fear in the voices. But a new sound. Whistles. Grenades incoming. 3 land short, exploding in puffs of snow. 1 overshoots, showering the ditch with rocks. "Down!" Lipton yells. They flatten. The blast wave hits like a fist. Private Ranny takes shrapnel in the leg. Shallow, but it bleeds. He grits his teeth, keeps shooting. Lipton checks him quick. Stay in it. No time for more. The half-tracks are closer. Engine roar mixes with the firefight. Germans turn, divide attention. Some peel off to face the new threat. Lipton seizes it. "Push fire! Now!" The 30 cal clears again, tracers arcing bright. It catches a knot of 5 Germans bunching up. They scatter, but 2 don't move. The bar follows, ripping through the flank. Lipton picks shots, head, shoulder, leg. Methodical. He's killed before, up close. In the Hurtgen forest, November 1944. Dense pines, rain turning everything to slime. His platoon ambushed a German patrol, hand to hand when it closed. Lipton wrestled a Feldwebel, bayonet fight, parried, thrust, felt the blade sink. The man's eyes went wide, then dull. Lipton pulled it free, wiped it on his sleeve, kept moving. No time to dwell. Here the tide shifts. German advance stalls at 75 yards. Bodies 12 now. Wounded drag back, leaving red trails. The officers down. A lieutenant takes over, but his voice cracks. They hunker, return scattered fire. Lipton's men breathe heavy, faces grey with cold and strain. Gordon's hands shake, reloading. Lipton meets his eyes. "You did good, kid. Hold the line." The half-tracks burst into view. 2 M3s. 50 cals blazing. They shred the German rear, forcing the column to split. Some bolt for the trees, others dig in. Lipton signals cease fire, conserve rounds. The vehicles halt 100 yards back, GIs piling out. Reinforcements, 10 more from the 502nd. But it's not over. The Germans regroup in the woods, maybe 130 left. Panzerfausts ready, tanks on the way. Lipton stands, waves them forward. His ditch is the anchor. He's the steady hand. War tests men like this, raw, unyielding. Numbers mean little when resolve meets the storm. The fight hardens. Bastogne hangs by threads like these. The reinforcements spill from the half-tracks, boots hitting the snow with purpose. 10 fresh GIs from the 502nd, rifles up, faces hard under steel pots. They fan out behind Lipton's ditch, linking up quick. No time for hellos. The air hums with urgency. Bullets still snap from the tree line. Lipton nods to their sergeant, a stocky guy named Ramirez. "Flank left. Pin 'em." Ramirez doesn't question. He waves his men forward, low and fast. Lipton's group reloads in the lull. 7 originals, plus Ranny binding his leg with a field dressing. Blood seeps through, but he waves off help. "Still got round, Sarge." Christensen clears frost from the 30 cal barrel, feeds in the last belt. Gordon's eyes dart to the woods. Shadows shift there, Germans repositioning. The snow thickens, turning the world into a white blur. Visibility drops to 50 yards, perfect for ambush. Lipton scans the line. His men are ragged. Webster's arm wrapped tight, face pale, but they hold. He's seen this before. Back in the Hurtgen forest, that meat grinder of November 1944, weeks of rain and mud, pines like walls closing in. His platoon pushed through the Call Trail. Germans dug in everywhere. Foxholes knee-deep in water, chill seeping to the bone. Lipton led a night patrol, 6 men against an unknown enemy. They tripped a wire, flares lit the sky, machine guns opened up. 2 down instant. Lipton dragged the bar gunner to cover 30 yards under fire, returned bursts himself until dawn, called in artillery that flattened the ridge, saved the trail but lost half his squad, buried them in the mud the next day. No ceremony, just dog tags and a shallow grave. That endurance shapes him now. The rumble returns. Not half-tracks. Tanks. German Mark V's. Low growl cutting the fog. 2 emerge from the rear, turrets swiveling. The infantry column, what's left 130 souls, uses them for cover. They advance again, bolder. The lead tank's 75mm cannon booms, shell whistling overhead. It slams the road 200 yards back, cratering the snow. Earth shakes, Lipton's ears pop. "Down!" he calls. His men flatten. The tank's Coke's MG chatters. Traces glowing red in the grey. Bullets rake the ditch, kicking up ice. One pings off the half-track. Ramirez's group opens fire from the flank. M1's cracking steady. They drop a few Germans scrambling behind the treads. But the tank pushes on, crushing saplings under its tracks. 150 yards and closing. Lipton thinks fast. No bazooka, no anti-tank gun. Just grit and what's at hand. He remembers Normandy again, after Carentan, the push to Cherbourg. July 1944, hedgerows thick as walls. His squad hit a Panzer IV column on a narrow lane, outgunned, low on everything. Lipton spotted the lead tank's weak spot, tracks exposed in the mud. He crawled forward alone, 100 yards, potato masher grenade in hand, waited for the lurch, lobbed it under the tread. Chain snapped. Tank slewed sideways. His men swarmed then, Molotovs through the hatches. Burning crew bailed out, picked off. That stalled the column for hours, gave the 101st breathing room. Winters slapped his back later. "You don't quit, Lipton." Simple as that. Here, same play. Lipton signals Christensen. Gun on the tracks, steady bursts. The 30 cal roars, tracers stitching the snow toward the tank. Hits spark on the frontal armor, useless, but one round clips the lead wheel. Slows it a tick. Germans shout, urging it on. Infantry bounds forward in its shadow. 40 men now, Panzerfausts raised. Those launchers could gut the half-tracks easy. The second tank fires. Shell bursts short, 80 yards out. Shrapnel peppers the line. Webster grunts, hit in the thigh. He drops, clutching it. Blood wells dark. Lipton crawls to him, applies pressure. "Hang on." Webster nods, teeth clenched. "Get the tank, Sarge." Lipton leaves him with Gordon, who tears a bandage. Back to the fight. Ramirez's flank takes hits. 2 down, screaming from grenade blasts. Germans close to 100 yards, firing from the tank's blind spots. Lipton's bar men, Ranny and another, pour lead. Drop 3 more, but ammo dwindles. Clips empty fast. The air reeks of exhaust and cordite, snow melting into slush under the heat. Lipton spots a chance. The lead tank bogs slight in a drift, tread spinning, exposed side. He grabs a satchel charge from the half-track kit, improvised, packed with TNT scraps and thermite. "Cover me," he tells Christensen. The machine gun shifts, laying down fire. Bullets whip past Lipton as he belly crawls out. 60 yards, heart pounds steady. Snow soaks his coat cold, biting deep. Germans see him, shouts rise. An MP-40 bursts, rounds thudding snow inches away. He zigzags, low, 40 yards. The tank's engine roars, trying to free itself. Lipton's mind clears, focus on the target, like that patrol in Hurtgen when he flanked a pillbox alone. Slit trench, barbed wire tearing his gloves. Emerge behind, silence the sentry with a knife. Quick twist, no sound. Place the charge inside, back with the squad before the boom. That silenced the guns for the assault. No glory, just the job done. Now 20 yards. A German jumps from the tank, pistol drawn. Lipton fires from the hip. M1 cracks once. The man spins, falls. Loader hatch open. Lipton lunges, hurls the satchel. It clangs inside, fuse hissing. He dives back as the blast erupts. Flames whoosh out, crew blackening. Tank immobilizes. Secondary explosions popping ammo. Chaos. Germans falter, eyes on the pyre. Ramirez's men press the flank, dropping 5 in the open. Lipton rolls to cover, breath ragged. His group cheers quiet, no waste energy. But the second tank advances, cannon traversing. It booms again. Shell hits the first half-track dead. Metal shreds, fire blooms. 3 GIs gone instant, bodies twisted. Lipton rallies. "Regroup! On me!" They shift right, using the burning tank as shield. Germans, 120 now, minus losses, circle wide, using woods. Panzerfaust's fire, 2 launch, streaking toward the surviving half-track. One misses, explodes in a tree. The other hits low. Tracks snap. Vehicles slews, but it doesn't burn. GIs bail, joining the line. Tension coils tighter. Snow falls harder, muting screams. Lipton's seen the edge before. Operation Market Garden, that hell in Holland. October 1944, after the bridge at Nijmegen. His company held the island. Flat polders, no cover. Germans counterattacked with 88s and infantry, 200 strong. Days of it. Lipton organized shifts, rationed ammo to the bullet. One night, SS infiltrated close, whispers in the dark. He woke the line, led the counter, bayonets fixed, silent rush, cut them down before alarms, held till relief at dawn, lost friends but the position stood. That's command, not orders, but leading when it counts. The second tank grinds closer, 50 yards. Its MG rakes, forcing heads down. Infantry swarms behind, 30 at the fore. Lipton's men fire desperate, bar empty now, switching to rifles. Christensen's 30 jams final time, frozen solid. He grabs an M1, fights hand-to-hand as a German nears the ditch. Lipton stands partial, directs. "Flank fire, bring it!" Ramirez complies, his group pouring from the side. Bullets cross, catching the rush. Bodies pile, 15 more down. The tank halts. Turret swinging slow. Lipton sees the weakness. Engine deck hatches ajar from the cold. He grabs another charge, but Ramirez beats him. "My turn!" The sergeant dashes out, zigzagging. German spot, fire heavy. He makes 30 yards, then a burst hits. Ramirez drops, charge fizzling short. Lipton curses low, no choice. He goes himself. Crawl, fire, move. 40 yards. Bullets plow snow around him. The tank's cannon elevates, too slow. He reaches the rear, climbs the tow cable. Hatch cracks under his boot, drops the charge in, pulls pin, slides off as it cooks. Boom rocks the ground. Flames engulf, turret jamming half-turn. Germans break, panic spreads, ranks thin as they pull back to the trees. 100 left, maybe less. Wounded cry, dragged away. The column spine snaps. Lipton's line holds, battered but whole. Webster medevaced quick by a arriving jeep. Ranny limps but stands. Gordon fires last rounds, empty now. Distant artillery rumbles, American guns, walking fire on the retreat. Bastonia's line firms. Lipton wipes blood, not his, from his face. He knows the cost. 20 Germans dead on the road, more in the snow. His side, 4 wounded, 1 half-track lost. But the crossroads stays American. War grinds like this, moments where one push decides. Lipton's the type that doesn't break. The storm rages on, but they've bought time. The real push waits in the dark. The snow swirls thicker now, turning the battlefield into a white haze. Lipton crouches low in the ditch, his M1 hot in his hands. The second tank burns fierce behind him, black smoke twisting up through the flakes. German shouts echo from the tree line. Angry, ragged, they've pulled back but not far. Bodies lie scattered like broken dolls, 20 on the road, more in the drifts. His men hunker down, breaths coming in sharp clouds. Ramirez's group merges with them, down to 8 now. Total fighters, 15, battered and low on everything. Ammo scraps, bandages running out, the half-track's a wreck, flames licking its side. But the crossroads holds, for the moment. Lipton scans the woods. Shadows move. Germans regrouping. He knows the type. Panzer Grenadiers, tough from the Eastern Front. They've tasted defeat before, but they don't quit easy. That rumble starts again, not tanks this time. Footsteps, heavy, coordinated. Through the snow, a new wave emerges. 50 more infantry peeling from the pines. Reinforcements from the 5th Panzer's Reserve, fresh, rifles up, faces grim under camo smocks. They spot the burning hulks, hesitate a beat, then charge, using the smoke for cover. MP40s chatter first, bullets whipping low. Down! Lipton snaps. His men flatten. Rounds thud into the snow, kicking up sprays inches from their boots. The air fills with the sharp crack of M1s responding. Gordon fires from the hip, drops 1 at the edge of the haze, but they're closing fast. 100 yards, then 80. No tanks now, just men. Desperate men. Lipton's mind flashes to the Hurtgen again, that endless slog. November 1944, fog like this. His platoon ambushed in a ravine, Germans swarming from both sides, outnumbered 3-1. He rallied them under fire, voice steady over the din. Flank and hold. They did, bayonets out when bullets ran dry, slashed through the press, cleared the ravine by noon. Lost 3, but broke the trap. That's the edge he clings to now. The Germans bound forward in rushes, 10 at a time, covering each other. Grenades arc high, bursting short in puffs of white. 1 lands long, shrapnel hissing past. Ranny winces, his leg wound reopening. Blood soaks his pants, but he reloads the bar with shaking hands. Got it, Sarge? Lipton nods, fires twice, hits a shadow in the chest. The man stumbles, falls face first, but more come. 60 yards. The line buckles under their fire. Christensen takes a round in the shoulder, jerks back, curses, drops his rifle, clutches it. I'm in, he growls. Lipton pulls him down, ties a quick tourniquet from his own belt. No time to evac. Ramirez shouts from the left, "They're flanking wide!" His men pour fire that way, M1s barking in rhythm. Drop 2, but a squad slips through, 8 Germans low in the drifts. They open up point blank, 40 yards out. Bullets snap overhead, 1 grazing Lipton's helmet, dents it deep. He rolls right. Comes up firing, steady pulls. Drop the lead man, then the next. The rest dive, but panic shows. Shouts mix with the storm. Rückzug 9! No retreat. Their officer, a captain now, coat flapping, waves them on, pistol blazing. Lipton's group fights back to back. The ditch turns to churned mud, snow melting under the heat of battle. Private Gordon's out of ammo, switches to his trench knife. Eyes wild. A German crests the lip 20 yards. Lipton spots him first. Fires. The shot takes him mid-leap, body tumbling down. But the press builds. Germans everywhere now, 70 in the assault, closing the noose. Lipton's seen this crush before. Normandy, the dead woods near Brecourt Manor, June 1944. D-Day +5. His squad assaulted a gun battery, 4 88s pounding the beach. Germans entrenched, 50 strong. Lipton led the crawl under wire, silenced a sentry with a garrote. Quick snap, body eased down. They flanked then, grenades in the pits. Took the guns in minutes. Winters called it textbook. Lipton called it luck and lead. Here, luck thins. A grenade rolls in. Lipton kicks it back. Explodes outside. Blast wave slamming him flat. Ears ring loud. Dirt rains down. He shakes it off. Yells, "Cease low! Save it!" His men shift to aimed shots. The 30 cal's gone, Christensen out, but Ramirez brings a scavenged MG-42 from the half-track. Feeds it belts, lets rip. The buzzsaw screams, 200 rounds tearing the air. Mows 5 Germans in the open, bodies jerking like puppets. They scream high and sharp. The advance stutters, but the captain rallies them. He stands tall in the snow, barking orders. Points right at Lipton's position. A squad veers that way, Panzerfausts up, even without tanks. Close-range rockets. If they fire, the ditch vaporizes. 30 yards. Lipton signals Ramirez, "Your gun on them now!" The MG-42 shifts, traces glowing orange, catches 2 launchers, tubes explode in their hands, fireballs blooming. The squad scatters, but 3 push on. One fires wild, rocket streaks high, hits a pine, crash of branches. Lipton moves. Belly crawls left, 15 yards to intercept. Heart steady, breath controlled. Bullets plow the ground beside him. He rises to a knee, M1 up. Fires 3 times quick, hits the closest. Gut shot, he folds. The next turns, MP-40 swinging. Lipton's faster, head shot, clean. The last dives for cover, but Gordon's there. Knife flashing, grunt, thud, done. The main wave hits then, 40 yards across the front, hand-to-hand bruise. Germans vault the ditch, bayonets fixed. Lipton's up, rifle clubbing one aside, butt to the jaw, crack of bone. Another lunges, Lipton sidesteps, drives the bayonet home. Feels the resistance, the give, pulls free, spins. Ramirez grapples one, knife work close, stab, twist. Around them, chaos boils, shouts, grunts, the wet smack of steel on flesh. Snow turns red, steaming in the cold. Lipton fights through it, drops 2 more, rifle empty now, switches to pistol. Colt, 45, heavy in his glove, bangs echo close. A German grabs his arm, strong grip, eyes fierce. They wrestle, tumbling into the slush. Lipton knees him, breaks free, pistol to the temple, pulls the trigger. Flash, report. The man slumps. The captain charges last, pistol out, face twisted. "Americana!" he snarls. Fires wide. Lipton ducks, tackles low. They roll, fists flying. The officer's strong, trained, lands a punch to Lipton's ribs. Air whooshes out. But Lipton's farm boy tough, pins him, knee on chest, draws the knife, 1 thrust quick. The captain gurgles, goes still. Silence falls sudden. The assault breaks. Remaining Germans, 30 maybe, pull back into the woods, dragging wounded. Bodies everywhere, 40 down in the snow, plus the earlier dead. Lipton's line stands, but it's thin. 3 more hit, Gordon with a bayonet slashed to the arm. Ramirez nursing a bullet in the calf. Christensen fades, blood loss heavy. Medics needed, but none yet. The storm howls, covering their retreat. Lipton wipes his blade on his sleeve, stands slow. His men look to him, faces streaked, eyes hollow. He nods once. We held. No more words. The crossroads is secure for now, but the war doesn't pause. Distant booms, artillery duels. Bastonia's siege tightens. Lipton knows the cost tally's high. 60 Germans total, his side down, 5 wounded, 2 critical. Resolve like his buys time. Turns the tide inch by inch. In the Ardennes freeze, moments like this define the line. One man's stand against the wave. The fight echoes on, but they've carved their mark. The snow eases to a fine mist, but the cold bites deeper now. Lipton leans against the splintered log, chest heaving under his wet wool. His knife drips red onto the slush. Around him, the ditch is a slaughter pen. Bodies twisted in the mud, German and American mixed. 60 krauts down total, their advance shattered like glass. His men slump where they fought, weapons empty, faces etched with the raw edge of survival. Ramirez binds his calf with a strip of shirt, gritting through the pain. Gordon presses a rag to his arm slash, blood seeping slow. Christensen lies pale, shoulder wound pulsing, breath shallow. Two more from Ramirez's group sit stunned, one with a shattered knee, the other clutching a gut hit. Medics scream for jeeps over the radio crackle, but the lines are jammed. Lipton wipes his face, smears of blood and soot. His ribs ache from the captain's punch, but he ignores it, stands straight, scans the tree line. The Germans' retreat fades into the white, 30 left hauling their dead and wounded. No more charges, their confidence gone. The rumble of engines returns, American this time. Sherman's breaking through from the south, treads grinding the road. The 10th Armored's relief column finally punching past the fog. Turrets swivel, 75mm guns probing the woods. Infantry spills out, 50 fresh GIs, boots pounding forward. They link up at the ditch, eyes wide at the carnage. "What the hell happened here?" one mutters, stepping over a frozen Panzerfaust. Lipton nods to their lieutenant, a young kid from Texas. "Held the line. They're pulling back." No details, no brag. The LT stares at the bodies. MP40s scattered, tunics hold, counts quick. "Jesus, you 7 did this." Lipton shrugs. 15 now. The reinforcements fan out, securing the flanks. Machine guns set up on the half-track wreck, barrels steaming. The Shermans advance slow, spotting for snipers. A few potshots crack from the pines, harmless. The Germans melt away. The 5th Panzer's push stalled cold. Minutes stretch. The first jeep rolls in at 0700 hours, red crosses on the hood. Medics swarm the ditch. They load Christensen first, stretch a quick morphine jab. He grips Lipton's hand. "Oh, you, Sarge." Lipton squeezes back. "Get strong." Webster's next, thigh bandage tight, face ashen. They evac him to the aid station in Bastogne, 2 miles back. Rani refuses the ride, leg wrapped but standing, can walk. Gordon waves off the needle, arm stitched rough. Ramirez's wounded go too, knee guy screaming as they lift him. The line thins again to 10 able bodies, but the crossroads locks down. Barbed wire rolls out, foxholes deepened. No more surprises. Word spreads fast through the 101st. Radios buzz. Easy Company's ghost stopped a regiment cold. Captain Winters hears it at Division HQ, nods once. Lipton's work. By noon, a runner brings orders. Hold and consolidate. Ammo crates drop from a C-47, parachutes blooming white against the grey. Hot chow, sea rations heated over sternos. Lipton's men eat in silence, spoons scraping tins. The snow stops. Sun breaks weak through the clouds, glinting off shell casings. Bastogne breathes. The siege holds another day. Afternoon brings brass. Colonel Sink rolls up in a command jeep, mud splattered. He climbs down, eyes the field. Bodies cleared now, GIs stacking kraut dead for burial details, dog tags collected. 60 confirmed kills, plus the 2 tanks brewed up. Sink clasps Lipton's shoulder. "Heard the report. You turned 'em back." Lipton meets his gaze steady. "Men did it, sir." Sink shakes his head. "Your call." First shot set the tone. He pins a Silver Star ribbon right there, field style, no ceremony. "For Bastogne." Ramirez gets a nod. Bronze Star incoming. The colonel moves on, but the weight sticks. Recognition, not for show, for the record. Night falls early, temperature plunging to 0. Lipton's group rotates watch, fires banked low. The woods stay quiet, no probes, distant booms. American artillery hammering German lines 5 miles out. The Bulge offensive creaks. Hitler's gamble frays at edges like this. Lipton sits with Rani, sharing a cigarette. Smoke curls up. "Close one," Rani says. Lipton exhales slow. "All of 'em are." No more talk. They know the math. 7 started, held against 158, lost none dead, but scars run deep. Frostbite claims fingers later. Nightmares wait at home. By dawn, December 20th, patrols report the 5th Panzer diverted, rerouted to another sector. The crossroads stands firm. a pin in the map. Bastogne endures. Lipton shoulders his M1, leads a sweep of the road, finds a German notebook in the snow, orders scribbled, confidence high till the end. He pockets it, moves on. Wars like that. Plans meet reality. When steady hand tips the scale, in the end battles turn on the unyielding. Not armies, not machines. The man who digs in, fires true and doesn't break. Lipton walks the line, farm boy turned soldier. The Ardennes remembers, so does history.